Good Friday afternoon, friends and neighbors. Tesuichi at the desk with the flying purple baseball beaters pop-up draft, as well as the 2006-2007 offseason in the franchise mode, which shares its name. If you missed last week Wednesday, oh man, you gotta go back and watch. Down 5-4 to the Yankees in Game 6, Marcus Thames ties it, Shea Hillenbrand walks it off. Two of the most important home runs in Rockies history. Neither of those guys are part of the pop-up draft core 4, of course. So we are going to be taking a look at who I'm facing, as well as doing a roll call before going into franchise mode. 256 teams assembled here in this pop-up draft. All teams got R.A. Dickey, Greg McMichael, Ken Griffey Jr., and Carlos Guillen. Because of that, options at shortstop and center field and a few other positions were limited. I was still able to pick up Ezequiel Tovar to continue to patrol shortstop, so I still have some defense there. My other perfect round? Appropriately enough, Larry Walker. And yes, we had to get Marcus Thames in the iron round because it's Marcus Thames. We're facing the Mossflower Long Patrol, run by Tracer Bullet. They're throwing out a lineup of BREF 4, Ian Kinsler. Ooh. Carlos Guillen at third. BREF 3, Manny Ramirez as the other perfect card. Griffey. Gold Tournament, Giancarlo Stanton. Future legend Michael Bush. Catcher Greg Myers. Shortstop Nico Goodrum instead of a second base or first base. Interesting. And Eric Hosmer DHing. Rotation is Dickey, Gold Pinheiro, Bartolo Colon, another member of the Rockies back in my save, so tip of the cap there. Joba Chamberlain and Chris Young. So I'm interested to see how this team shakes out. If they win, it's a 20-pack bounty they're going to be picking up for punching me out. And I cleared this with Nico. The other staff and affiliates have a 10-pack bounty on their head. And if two affiliates or staff end up in the same matchup, those bounties will stack for the next person in the next round. So let's take a look at our roll call for round 1 of the Flying Purple Baseball Beaters pop-up draft. The Awani Gappers will visit the Porto Johns. Ooh, someone got the Elite Otani. The Willsboro Warriors visiting the Roster Tigers. The Advanced Razors visiting the Krabby Ball Players. The Cacophony Space Otters will visit the St. Louis Side Projects. Then San Antonio Wembies will visit Cavabet Bronze. That's not what I thought it was. I thought that was Cavacom's team. It's D-Blocks. My bad. San Diego Wombats visiting the Mill Basin Yankees. The OK Fire visiting the Zanarkand Abyss. The Winnipeg Rampage visiting Rebranding, work in progress. The Angelo State Dr. Tiger visiting the Orlando Fire. Pawtucket Poets visiting Dick Schott's Dugout. Kitchener Flying Pigs visiting the Bethlehem Hoagies. There's our first affiliate. Christophorus' Breslau Binturongs will be facing 10-pack bounty up for grabs on the Binturongs. The Dancing Homers visit the Albany Senators. The Webster Grove Supercells hosting the Reykjavik Phoenix. Ban Ludwig hosting the Great Blank. The Houston Heat did not draft, so the Philadelphia Railroaders get a first-round bye. The Dukes and the Deputies will be taking each other on in Rockridge. Nicolino's Club, the Newark Eagles, facing on the West Valley Wazards. So Gypsy Sun has a 10-pack bounty. he could pick up with a good round. The Kamurocho Dragons will host the Baltimore Blast. The Cudahy Booze Hounds hosting the Punxsutawney Deja Vu. The Tavistock Baseballersons visiting the Lincoln Heights Sycamores. The Connecticut Strippers hosting the Med City Enhancers. The Brooklyn Athletics will be visiting the San Dimas Time Travelers. The Pittsburgh Irates hosting the Mary Wash Eagles, who have a 10-pack bounty opportunity. That's Attica's team. The Denver Bel Airs hosting the Ware Wolves. The Cooperstown Legends hosting the Sundown Sloths. The Why Nots on the road up against the Tacoma Rainiers. The Central City Flash visiting the Midsummer First Rounders. The Royal Court of Princess Donut visiting the Iowa City Coffees. The Wabanaki Passamaquoddy hosting the Los Angeles Clippers. The Colorado Tommyknockers will host the Circus Cheeseheads. The Los Angeles Boomers getting a first-round bye. The West Hartford Max Oysters on the road against the Sanford Riverwalks. The Puyallup Vikings will host the Low Country Mudcats. Low Country. The Caledonia Knights hosting Ted and Company's Brew Pub. The Chapel Hill Tigers will host the Evil Gas House Gang. The Durham Devil Dogs visit the Pennsylvania Fighting Z's, Canadian. The Virginia Kilos hosting the West Virginia Coal Sox. It's a Virginia derby there. The Tampa Bay Baseballers hosting the Charleston Thunder. The Aroma of Tacoma will host Warbot's baseball team TBD. The Verona Edge hosting the Vancouver Vibes. The Caper Jays visiting the Merritt Island Yachters. The San Diego Slammers hosting the baseball team. The Texas Colts on the road against the Twilight Glitter Vampires. The Konoha Crushers will visit the Savannah Bananas. The Chibao Eagles visiting the Philly Cheese Steaks. The Texas Toros will host the Skokie Baronto. The Coal River Crushers hosting the ECU Pirates. The Cincinnati Melodies on the road against the Ypsi Pirates. The Ithaca Battle Kings have a chance at 10 packs. They face Ezra Denny's Starfleet Red Shirts. The Ring Bears will host the Pingu Newts. Spores Charlotte Dachshunds will host the Charles City Comets. 10 packs on the line. The Jersey Revolutionize, and Fanatics and Nike sure did that, didn't they? Host the Richmond, Virginia Bingo Lager. Botafogo Sao Paulo hosting the Mesa Brigands. The Slam Francisco Sharks hosting the Seattle Pilots. The Ann Arbor Polar Bears will host the Orlando Dreams. The Waltham River Otters visit the Edmonton Whales. Hi, Fabtron. Rich Grisham's Foo Fighters on the road against Joe. Buck yourself. 10 packs on the line there. The Green Ferns visit the Observatory Park Otters. The Portland Valley Moonrisers visiting the Lexington Leopards. The Timbuktu Blues will visit the Greendale Bleaton Goats. The Reno Buckaroo Bokais hosting the Mahomet Nimbies. Your Shizuoka Haros will be hosting the Mossflower Long Patrol. In the bracket right next is Laptop Hounds, Rocky Mountain Gladiators. The Gondolin Archers have 10-pack opportunity to punch out an affiliate. The Nocady Gators visit the Richmond Flying Squirrels. The Wichita Eagles hosting the St. Lucia Pitons. The Arizona Port Dogs hosting the Genovia Giraffes. The San Diego Troll Dolls hosting Kitigan Zibi. The Hardware City Rockcats getting a first round bye. Dishnet 34's Las Vegas Gamblers on the road against D-Block Dragons, Weasel News Sports Desk. D-Block with a chance at 10 packs if you can get past Dishnet. And we'll check in on the affiliates and their teams before we hop into franchise mode. The Out of the Park Porn Stashes visiting the Northern Iowa Panthers. The Saber-Tooth Tigers hosting the Falcon Heights Eagles. The Brainerd Blue Hornets on the road against the Chandler Roadrunners. The Space Moose hosting the Boston Brewers. Hey, that's Vixus's club. Why isn't he using the logo set I gave him? Because let's not forget, folks, if you subscribe to the channel, Per sub or resub, you get a custom out-of-the-park uniform set from yours truly. Captain Kegleg has done that multiple times. The Frederick Ghost Hounds host the Seattle Nine. The Connecticut Con Men hosting the Topeka Defenders. Tom's River Barons will host the Lublin Cebulars Pancakes. The North Forest Boots on the road against the Erewhon Sunrise. DeWiz Wit Kids on the road against the Lakewood Red Raiders. The Powerful Tulips on the road against the Chatham County Cicadas. The Snails of Snailman visiting the Don Quixote do Flamingos. The Taiwan CTBC Go Brothers on the road or at home against the Toronto Wolverines. The Brooklyn Cyclones visiting the Raheny Robins. The 2000 All-Stars on the road against the Guelph Elves. Elves? Anyway. The Liverpool Reds host the Trenton Defenders. The Norwood Diamonders hosting Rick Porcello, Cy Young winner. Just him? What about the rest of the team? The Lakewood Montares host the Swingtown Swingers. The Totskoye Nuclear Bears on the road against the Lakeland Arsenals. Houston Juggernauts host the Nashville Bandits. The Momop Mumblers on the road against the Babylon Beekeepers. The Jack Pine Savages will get a first round bye. The Newport Timma on the road against the Doc Ellis Day Trippers. The Woodmoor Fightin' Amish hosting the B-Town Nasty Boys. The Raymond Trash Pandas hosting the Pinetail Thunder. The Anaheim Bottlelogics will get a first round bye. The Vermont Yankees hosting the OIP Blue Line Stop. Chacoa Redlegs hosting the Gonfalon Bubbles. The Felix Antkillers on the road against the Ohio State Buckeyes. Bend Trees hosting the Banff Grizzlies in a Pacific Northwest matchup. The Dale Point Blazers hosting the Reno Rhinos. The Guardianapolis Clowns of Real Vanilla Gorilla visiting SoCal Spicy Srirachas. Crash Davis on the road against Baltimore Juggernaut. The Humongous Melonheads will get a first round bye. The New York Fanatics visiting the Forest Hills Spiders. The Cleveland Spiders visiting the Walpaca Wizards. The Bronx Spankers getting a first round bye. Go Recovered Newts on the road against the Sacramento Riverbats. The Corio Tigers of Dono 43 visiting the Orleans Firebirds. The Richmond Roasters visiting the New York Planet Express. The Denver Highlanders taking on the Durham Bulls. The Rocket City Trash Pandas will host the Southside Hitmen. The Music Makers will host the St. Louis Griffins. The First Class Millionaires on the road against the Henry Murder Hornets. Roswell will host the Grays taking on the Santa Cruz Banana Sluggers. The OK Oaks on the road against the Sacramento Skunks. The Oakland Oaks, not to be confused with the Oklahoma Oaks, on the road against the Faraway Towns Superstars. George Carlin's guys not named Todd will be visiting the Therese Paler All Juice team. The Tokyo Shiny Karaz visiting the non-offensive baseball team. The Albany Colony Diamond Dogs hosting the Morrisville Maniacs. The Mississauga Leaf Tours hosting the Las Vegas Sevens. The Germantown Dinos on the road against the Boise Tater Mashers. The Ninth Planet Sentinels hosting the Miami Synthwave. Better Off Ted hosting the Black Freighter. The Silicon Valley Outlaws on the road against the Carpentersville Hammers. The Gym Teacher Handkerchiefs on the road against the Hampton Threshers. Montreal Kleenex on the road against the Troy Haymakers. And in our nightcaps, the Circle City Monuments visiting the Dark Web Hackers and the Warren Tanks hosting the Kaunas Lituanica Green. So let's see how some of our affiliate guys did. Breslaw Binturongs. Weimer also getting the BRF Walker. Steve Pierce at first. They're playing Guillen at short. Okay. Cassis at third. Diaz, the live bonus behind the plate. David Justice DHing. Mark Grudzelanek at second. Dickey, Radke, Kershaw, tops Kershaw. Glavin, sideways tops. And Cole Hamels. McMichael closing with Kenley Jansen setting up. How long have we had a Hideki Irabu in the game? Check on the Dashins. Rolling Knobloch. Oh, they got the Elite Semyon. Okay. That's a tournament edition elite, no less. Torque at first. Trianos at third. Guillen DHing, Carlos Lee in left. Greg Myers behind the plate. Lance Johnson in center field. That's a really good looking Lance Johnson card, too. Okay. Dickey, Liberator, Heron, Willis, Eldred. And going with the elite Brewstar Gratterall in the closing role. Ask your doctor if Brewstar Gratterall is right for you. Alors, there's the new Real Cormier. I know Minerva's looking for this guy. Hello, Spore. Good to see you. Let's see. The Foo Fighters. Bronze Derek Bell DHing. Rich is also rolling Guillen at short. Bryant, the B-Ref, at third. Brandon Belt at first. Gold Stanton again. Akil Baddoo in left. Johnny Scope at second. Blake Mitchell behind the plate. Going with the immortal Kershaw as the lead guy in the rotation with Tekoa Roby, Solomedo, and McMichael in the Rich, my dude. That is a bold move, putting Greg McMichael as your number 5 guy. Oh, he only has 10 pitchers. Oh, no, Rich. That's going to cause problems. All right. The Gamblers. Oh, the Tournament Edition Giambi. That's a fun choice. Tyler O in left. Jack Cust DHing and backing up. Hey, Jojima, my guy. Melendez in right. Bronze Zobrist at second. Brandon Crawford live at short. Snell, the diamond card. Woodruff, I have that Woodruff card. Owen White and AJ Burnett in the rotation. Alright, I think next up is Newark. Let's see how Nicolino did. He told me he drafted this, like, within the last hour. Stott at short. Making sure to get at least another shortstop. Miguel Cabrera, the B-Ref 4, at first. The Gold Hideki Matsui in left. Elite Gleyber Torres at second. Guillen DHing. Rick Wilkins behind the plate. Davis Schneider in right field. Ryan Roberts at third. Dickey. Historical Manoa. Also putting McMichael in the rotation. Eshelman and Litch. Addison Reed. Oh, the new Addison Reed card. Okay, that's why you waited to draft, isn't it? Okay. And Alex Claudio as twin stoppers. All right, we got to check on Rocky Mountain, and we got to check on Starfleet. I think that's it. Kelly Johnson, second. Guillen at short, so not a defensive infield. Matt Holliday, Salas, Melendez. Outfield looks pretty good. David Villar at third. Adrian Gonzalez at first. Matt Mervis DHing. Gold Rich Hill. Putting Dickey in the 3 spot as a... to avoid the mirror match is a smooth move. I might micro that myself. Good rotation otherwise. Clippard in the closer role. McMichael setup. And I gotta scroll all the way down to the Starfleet red shirts. The Gold Bautista in right. Mookie Betts at shortstop. You maniac, Ezra. The new Jonathan Lucroy behind the plate. Jacob Berry DHing. Fred McGriff, the bronze, at first base. That's got to be a platoon pairing. Colvin in left. Chris Woodward at second. I think we had Woodward at one point. Gold Langston, Zimmerman, Leiter, and Eshelman. All right, so I am going to call an audible, flip Hernandez and Dickey just so we don't all end up on the exact same schedule. First sim of that will be in about 10 minutes. We'll be taking a look at it as the stream session goes on. And I do want to make sure we're hopping over to Dr. Dynastics on time. He will have bonus drops for his stream. So y'all saw the news, right? The big news. Perfect Team, or Out of the Park 25, coming March 15th, which is a little earlier than I expected. So I gotta figure out what to do for my clubs. Am I gonna run the Saturday Soarin' early? Because I said that was gonna be May. Do I port over the Seafarer still? I gotta think about that. Or do I just run 2 days a week of the Colorado Rockies, which I wouldn't be opposed to. While we load here, I have figured out what my new themes are going to be for Perfect Team 25. So we're going to bring back the Bob Cajun Bobs and the Hiroshima Team Redacted once I have enough cards. I can't not do the League Redacted theme team. We're finally getting a good Yamamoto. But here are the new themes for PT 25. The first two on the left will be the ones I am leading with at launch. The Keeping It Briefs. All players with 4-letter last names or shorter. Caleb Ort, Jimmy Fox, Seungkwan Oh, who's only 2 characters. The Toronto Baseball Birds will be all cards with a bird on the front. So some Orioles and some Cardinals cards may not qualify. I'm pretty sure every single Blue Jays card will, because at least even the Swoosh J still has the J over on the left of the logo. And the fifth theme, the one that I will also be waiting on, King Carlos's Court. All players who played with, and hopefully the man himself, Carlos Delgado. So let's take a look at where this Rockies club is. Hillenbrand has won 3 straight Golden Gloves. 4 in a row. All with our team. And he's on a sweetheart contract for another 2 seasons. If anything, we should look at drafting his replacement. First base between Bolander and Cannon. Someone's got to come out of it better. Need to see some development. Bolander is my long shot hope. Second base, Kaz Matsui and Khalil Green. I am okay with either of those. And Matsui has that gap power, which plays up so well here at Coors. Shortstop, it's TPJ. It's always going to be TPJ. Third base, it's Drew. It's always going to be Drew. Well, Pelfrey only got into 6 starts. They're all fantastic. But the secret I've learned... my other starter was William Juarez, who is, as you can see, over 4. But with Foley and with Pryor and with Rolandini, there are 2 things they do really well. They suppress balls in play, and they don't give up home runs. So both components of the movement piece, but you see some guys like Campillo, they lean more towards one than the other. I found that you got to have at least 50 in both to really succeed in Coors. And ideally, if you're a ground ball guy like Foley and Halladay. I mean, we are moving into modern era, which means strikeouts will become more important. So we will lean more into stuff guys. The elite, like home run prevention, yes, still a necessity, but because PBABIP potential is still exposed in Out of the Park 24, that's what I target. That's why Greg Bauer was our closer last season and put up 41 saves with a sub-2 ERA, because he only gave up a 229 BABIP, because that 55 movement is both 55 in home run and PBABIP suppression, and a neutral ground fly. I mean, having an outfield of Bozeit Sizemore 10s doesn't hurt. We did just lose Ken Griffey Jr. to free agency. So I honestly don't know where we can spend money and improve this club. We have money for upgrades. Mike Young keeps opting out of his contract. It's kind of funny to see. If anything, I'd much rather save the money and maybe start building the new core after 2008 when all of our contracts are up. Today's broadcast is powered by Woong Jin Barley Tea. Can't get enough of that Mugi Cha. Ah, that's the stuff. Yeah, I tried to trade for Rollins. He wouldn't come to the club. Contract demand ain't too bad. That could move Drew, but we already have Kaz Matsui. Does that move Matsui to the bench? If anything, it moves Khalil Green out of the club. Only age 27. Type B free agent. Oh, we have no money for year 2. Never mind. Oops. I think we're going to be in the wait and see category. We'll just scoop some guys late in the offseason. Kind of like what we did last year with Jose Amato and Rontre Johnson, who were so critical down the stretch. Griffey, of course, is a Type A free agent, so wherever he goes, we'll get a pick. Our old friend Hector Almonte finally reached free agency. He had some very good seasons with our club at the outset. Is it worth bringing him back, though, is the question. We also have Jason Beatty. 50-56. Okay, I'm leaning Beatty then. He's not even that splitty for a side armor. Oh, extreme flyball, though. That screams issues. Another old member of the club, Byung-Hyun Kim. I'd love to get a lefty who can suppress P-BABIP. Hello, Russ Ortiz. Resop is interesting. Wait, we got the Rule 5 draft coming up. Hold it. Sauerbeck. 850 and a Type B. Moeller would be that guy. I mean, ideally I'd like a second lefty to help support Rowenhorst. Well, we got Giuliano. Yeah, we have a great shortstop already in TPJ. What's a Type B cost? I think it's a supplemental pick in the first round. Or it's a sandwich pick. Man, I can barely remember. Oh, and if you're wondering about the Cleveland Guardians logo sporer, this is a mod I made that's available on the forums called Always on Guard. Someone wanted some Guardians faux backs, and I was all too happy to oblige. So now, instead of Chief Wahoo, you've got this as the look. And I am particularly proud of it. Oh, and we've got... Hey, the home uniforms came in too. Awesome. Yeah, let me put a link in the chat, actually. This SF Giants on the Sports Logos forum, .net forum, was the one who came up with the design. I just converted it to the Out of the Park format, and I'm really tickled with how it came together. If anything, I need to start linking to it more often. I do not have a portfolio with all my work, mostly because a lot of it is stolen from other people. I've just assembled things. Again, this is SF Giants 58's logo uniform. I don't have a single spot, but I do have a link tree where I link to Project Isekai no Yaku, which will be getting an upgrade for Out of the Park 25, of course. So I think we're going to stand pat early in free agency. Let's see if we get any interesting trade offers coming our way. I'm curious. Wow, lots of trades going on. I'm curious where Ken Griffey Jr. is going to end up. Okay. Mike Cosgrove. Nah. And Denard Span. Okay. Super 2 guy. I'm very interested, though. Especially if we can train him up in the outfields. Does he have option years? Oh, he does. Ooh. For Khalil Green, who has played his way off this team, sadly. 2007 was supposed to be, but he had his player option, or he declined his player option. He sits 8 home runs away from 800 at the major league level. I'm okay to let him go because we've got Bosie and Sizemore in the corners. And injuries did catch up with him a lot in 2006. He got 2 rings. We've done Griffey justice. Marcus Thames is our guy now. Span is an interesting option, but he'd just be a backup for us right now. Let's decline the offer. I do want to make sure Green is listed as on the block at least. Maybe there's something we can pick up at the winter meetings. Keep in mind, we have a 75 range, 75 home run power Marcus Thames in center field. Span is not going to play into a starter role. Thames is also signed for until the end of the decade. Michael Young to the Braves. That's a problem. Ken Griffey Jr. has signed with the Pirates on a 2-year, $9 million deal. I mean, he is closer to home, Pennsylvania. That makes a lot of sense. On the corners, we have Tag Bozy. If he could just stay healthy, he'd be fantastic. Hey, Attica, good to see you. Best of luck in the pop-up draft, both of you. And then in right, Grady Stinkin' Sizemore. 6.3 wins above replacement, a 3.45 slash line. Face of the franchise. If he can stay healthy. And then Marcus Mother-Loving Thames. Lowest home run total in a full season is 43. Lowest wins above average total in a single season is 7.5. He still holds the National League record for home runs with 77 in 2001. Okay, I see where you're going with that, but Span's got Super 2 already. Like, he's ARB eligible. Who do we got in the minors who could take over that spot? Angulo? Stavisky? Okay, I see your point. Maybe we go approach the Blue Jays and ask again. The other guy I don't care for, but Span might still be worth something, especially if we swap from strength for strength. Like, I'd happily give up green and eat some cash. Alright, so it seems like they still want to give up. They still need to give up more in order to make this deal make sense. I mean, the Blue Jays are awash in talent right now. Was it like, oh, it's Cosgrove, right. And I was thinking of moving James McDonald anyway. Yes, he's a number 34 prospect, but this does not play in Coors. 40 movement, 40 control. Now the question is, can we prize something else for them that we need? Nice one, Spore. Good work. A lot of old talent on this Blue Jays roster with Green, Ramirez, and Delgado. And maybe I should have accepted that deal. Let's see if we can sneak Efrod Jr. in instead. I mean, he's Rule 5 eligible, for Pete's sake. Let's go back to the deal with James McDonald in it. You know what? That was a dumb move. I should have accepted the deal. Let's just see who's on the trading block. All right, we got Victorino still. Right, our team captain. That's who our backup outfielder is right now. We definitely could afford to sign another one. It's just a matter of I'm not paying top money for that. Well, Clark would definitely be a defensive outfielder. Goodness. Let's go after Chen Qinfeng. Minor league offer for a guy who put up .-5 in his most recent season. Why not? All right, let's take a look at the trading block, see if there's anyone who catches our fancy. Tampa Bay's looking to move Scanlon. Ha! Your problem. Dionis Cesar is interesting, but he's fragile. The Jays are looking to move Delgado. Oh my. LA's trying to move the guy we foisted on them and Willie Bloomquist. Your problem. Euclid at the corners. Can Drew play... Drew could play second. So Euclid is a maybe. Another guy we traded away in Wandel Campana. Okay, it's not a no for Euclid. What would the Cardinals want for him, though? That's the question. Oh, they are just looking for a straight salary dump. We don't even need to move Drew. We could just put Euclid at first base. That'd punt the Bolander question. Because, I mean, we've got Cannon, we've got Barton, we've got Bolander. Barton's got that pesky capability. Bolander can just hit the literal snot out of the baseball. And Cannon, It's sort of like a blend between the two. The thing is, I don't see Cannon's eye ever really developing. Alright, so let's throw Cannon into the mix here. Maybe there's a bigger deal we can do with the Cardinales. Ooh, Attica down 0-2 quickly. I mean, they're not lacking for talent with Encarnacion and Zimmerman as their corner infields. And they still got Travis Lee. Alright, if we add in Jason Burgess and offer up Khalil Green, does that move? Alright. So we get Borges to be a backup super utility dude and speedster. And we only give up one of our first base guys, and the one who we tried to bring up almost won the job and he immediately flopped. Needs a change of scenery. Let's see how much money we can get them to eat. 15%. And if Euclid does well, we'll just extend him. Boom. I mean, yes, it makes our lineup lefty heavy again. Or righty heavy again. And we are absolutely benching Jason Borges both ways. I want to see Drew in the lineup. There we go. Yeah, we still got Melvin Upton Jr. to come up through the league. Ah, right, we still got to do the Hall of Fame ballot. So I'm thinking Tony Gwynn, Don Mattingly, Fred McGriff, Molitor, Kirby Puckett, Tim Raines, Ozzie Smith, Whitaker Trammell, and Melito Perez. There we go. So, between streams, I did skip through like all the awards and whatnot. So those have been taken care of. So, Hillenbrand, Gold Glove at catcher. Thames, Gold Glove at center field. Greg Bauer wins Relief Man of the Year. What a season he had. Silver Sluggers. Only Thames. He won Manager of the Year. Jojima wins Rookie of the Year in the NL. We didn't get anyone who qualified. Ryan Anderson, unanimous pick for Cy Young. Rolandini, second. And Thames wins MVP, barely over Derek Lee. pitchers. Exactly how much more of a bleep you bullpen do we need? Go out and get BJ Ryan. Let's see if there's anything else comes out through the winter meetings. Old face Todd Pennington to the Brewers. Pujols to the Dodgers for 3 years. They're going to try him in right field. All right. Gary Sheffield to the Blue Jays to DH, basically. Odalis Perez to the Athletics. Yeah, the Athletics spend money in this game. It's weird. Mike Young to the Braves. See if he actually lasts out that contract. Andy Zwerchitz to the Angels. So I think the plan is, let's make sure Drew learns how to play second base so we can be a little more prepared for the season. Euclid can handle third at least. Hamilton's an interesting option. I still like the look of Resop. But let's wait until we get through the Rule 5 draft. Chen, I don't mind if we lose him. He can... Just a 10K. Dustin Giant or Justin Glant. James McDonald. That's a pass. Do the Mariners even have anyone right now? Ah, yes. Miguel Cabrera, of course. At shortstop. Yeah, the Mariners are bad. Yeah, a Miggy who can field. I mean, there's a reason if you're wondering why Carlos Guillen, of all people, was among the core four for the Flying Purple Baseball Beaters, it's because Guillen looks like this in my save. And because he did this for my team. That 1998 season, 12.1 wins above replacement. If you go take a look at league history for most wins above replacement in a single season, it's Babe Ruth 3 times, then Guillen. And Williams Cobb, Guillen again. Williams, Thames, hello. Oh yeah, Tom Bryce over with the Kansas City Royals. Ordalak, thank you for the subscription. Reach out to me on Discord, my dude, and let's talk about how do we get your custom Out of the Park uniform set put together. This, yeah, you know what? Let him wind down his career in Pittsburgh next to Eric Chavez, Brian Shipp, Dimitri Young. They've got a good club over in Pittsburgh. Or at least they could if they wanted to. All right, Rule 5, draft time. This is how we got Jorge Campillo last time. Oh, hey, there's Michael Aubrey, the guy we traded away for Kaz Matsui. Good to see that he did well in AAA and has done nothing since. Oh, Attica may be forcing me to give away some packs early. Okay, Melky Cabrera already knows all 3 outfield positions. Maybe this is how we get our outfielder. Go through the Rule 5. Cost is not an option. If he's available to us, we're going to take one of Webster or Melky Cabrera. Chris B. Young probably could also be useful. Oh, darn. I left Efrod Jr. exposed in the Rule 5. Well, don't I look silly? Hey, future Hanshin Tiger Matt Merton. All right. Of the outfielders available, Webster is an option. Denorfia. Ditto. Rabe has the bat or the glove, but Noodle Bat. Okay, Shearholtz put up 3 wins above replacement in AAA. Yeah, he's our pick. Lefty option. But we need a righty complement to Sizemore. That's the issue. Or do we? I mean, we could always just run Sizemore both ways. Yeah, I think that's what we'll just end up doing. So back to the idea of getting someone who can field. It's between Rabe and Webster. We're going to go Rabe. Nope, I am going to skip picks. Actually, just complete the draft. Cardinals pick up 4 people in the deal. Yeah, we're letting Steve and Drew play both ways. We're not going to platoon. But we're going to train him up at second during spring training. No, we're not. That's what Kazmatsui is for. Just force him to third base. Let's get to the Hall of Fame results. Troy Gloss, he has 53 home runs, still unsigned. All right, we got Chen Feng on a minor league deal. He can compete for a starter job. John Merriberry Jr., no. Dexter Fowler, no. No, this is a terrible deal. Ah, thank you, Dave. Much appreciated. Ah. Why do we suddenly have $17 million for free agency? What am I missing? Well, I know what I'm doing. I'm goosing my scouting and my player development budgets. And our draft budget as well. Hoskins and Tyler Black in the corners and Griffey and right. That's an interesting setup you got there. If Euclid does well, I could see him becoming a key component of this club. Now, Pryor and Rolandini are entering walk years soon. Oh yeah, we traded away Sarlos to the Pirates as well, so he gets a reunite. I think we might want to look at moving one of our starting options. Pelfrey is going to be joining the big league club, which moves William Juarez into the bullpen. And the question is, do we like Juarez more? Or do we like one of our other dudes? Rolandini got exceptionally lucky with a 256 BABIP. I think, if anything, we got to shop him around. Put him on the block and see who bites. Oh, Attica Online is out in the first round which means we do have a bounty awarded. Congratulations to whoever beat him. Attica, just I'll keep an eye out on the results after I'm done streaming, and then I'll be able to relay those results onto our team. Either Nicolino or the ops team, they will reward the bounties within a week's time. And I do see Dr. Dynastic has already started running, so we are going to be raiding into him once this off-season is over. Tim Raines and Kirby Puckett. 4 games in, my team is 19 home runs. Yeah, that's Coors, all right. Kirby Puckett and Tim Raines Sr. both over the line and inducted into the Baseball Hall of Fame. Take a look at the batters. Ezaga is available on the market, but after putting up a negative 1.2 wins above replacement, I wouldn't touch him. We can only do 1-year deals anyway. Myro's an interesting type. Did well with the Padres. Didn't do so well with the Dodgers. And that would move Drew to second. And he's a lefty bat. If it's a minor league deal, do we still give up the compensation, I wonder? Let's take a look at the outfielders. Not going to go for Dye. Would Rontrez be interested in coming back? Let's give an invite to Roman Gonzalez. I think that's about it. We already made our big ad by fixing the first base issue. Stephen Kobe to Philadelphia. Okay. Guardians want Randazzo and McDonald, offering Jose Quintana. If you want 2 of my best starting pitcher prospects, you got to give me something more than that. Conversation starts at Sean Marshall. Man, they really gave a lot of money to Michael Howell, didn't they? Yeesh. Man, they've assembled a really fun-looking team over here in Cleveland. And we don't have a deal for Quintana. Trade proposal, Brandon Robertson for McDonald. Yeah, let's take McDonald off the block. Maybe they're seeing something in him I don't. Jermaine Dye to the Diamondbacks. Okay. That's a no from me. Man, they really just spent all their money in just getting jerks to play for them, don't they? And free swingers, too. Oof. Hey, don't worry, Ty Sailor. I'm on kitty cleanup duty as well. All right, another trade proposal from the Phillies. Ben Diggins for James. Didn't I just like say he's available? He's not on the trade block. Yeah, that's a terrible deal. I mean, we already won 111 games. At this point, it's just making sure everyone stays healthy that's the issue. All right, let's take a look. I'll have to do this on my phone. Let's see where the draft is right now. Oh, or not. Never mind. We're good. Oh, flip. We got some more money. Also because we've hugely improved our budget outlook. Everyone loves each other in the front office. That's great. Do we have money for extensions? We do. So now comes the question, who are we going to extend long term to lock in this team's dynastic future? Is it Bozid and his various long-term injuries? The Achilles tendon just sucked. Is it Sizemore and his more minor injuries? Drew's still on a minor league or minor contract for a little bit longer. Or minimum, I should say. Rolandini wants... I gotta think about this. Because Rolandini, when he's good, is great. When he's not, is less than effective. Bauer, I'm okay with letting him walk. Euclid, I need to see a good season before I give him that kind of money. Pardon me. Sizemore wants to go long-term and big money. Tough decision. Let me think about this. Juarez does have 2 years more of control. He got unlucky last year. I like Rolandini more. And Randazzo still... Let's shop Juarez and see if anyone wants to nibble. Houston wants to offload Pedro Diaz. I mean, yeah, that's a very expensive contract. $21 million. No wonder Houston wants to duck out from under it. Guy wins a Triple Crown and an MVP, and suddenly he's making bank. Can we even afford that? Then we'd have to move Stephen Drew to second. Let's get crazy here. Because if we keep Pedro, if we get Pedro Diaz, let's throw in Bolander. Let's make this an honest deal. Give up Randazzo as well. And try and get them to eat some cash on it. Can they eat 65? What if we threw in a James McDonald? This is so dumb. Let's do it. Your FIP is 9.3. Coors, baby! So with that, now we gotta put Stephen Drew at second. There's your MVP winner, you skinflint of an owner. What do you mean closest match? He won the MVP! This is so annoying. So that means Pedro Diaz is basically our first baseman of the future. And as such, we probably should flip him and Euclid. No, that didn't work. And just to give Drew a little bit of a head start, a little bit of a nudge during this off-season, let's say he trained up a little bit. Let's give him 50 experience to start. Just to give him something. Something fully operational battle station. Alright. Ooh, Pelfrey with a control boost. Love it. Euclid with an eye drop. Whatever. He's a pending free agent. Steven Drew could be our future second baseman even after the season. Matt Moore with a stuff up, but a movement down. Okay, that's less than ideal. All right, we are going to get to spring training. Troy lost to Toronto. That's a little on the nose, don't you think? That's what actually happened in the real world. I love it when that happens. So, our team building philosophy is still haha home runs go brrr. So let's call up the guys who are ready to try out for roles. Soria as our new closer. I can get behind that. And we'll see if Myro can break the club. I did not realize Jorge Vasquez is out of options. Game 7, hey, there you go. Alright, where's our first cut day? First cut day is the 8th. Now, if memory serves, there were no outside of North America games in 2007. Right. The next ones will be 2008 when the season openers take place at Tokyo Dome. Mo Vaughn heads to the Braves. All right, Rich D. Thompson will be demoted. Elbow strain and out. Ah, yes, when Ken Griffey Jr. hit for the cycle in the postseason in NLDS Game 5 en route to our first World Series title. The one in which the pop-up draft is commemorating. We're waiting for the draft pool to show up. All right. Preseason predictions. Always curious to see where these end up. Yeah, Bill Gullickson did indeed play in Japan. That's why he's on the Hiroshima Team Redacted, one of my theme teams for this year. And boy howdy did my theme teams get some upgrades over the last couple of days. The new Ichido card for the 2 rats and a wool sock, and the Team Redacted. Team Redacted was actually able to get the Elite Otani, finally. But no Bob Cajun Bob additions. Which irks me somewhat. They're calling for us to win the division barely. 4 games over the Giants. Of course the Giants. Of course it's going to be the Giants. And of course we're going to play the Giants in the NLDS again. Ay, ay, ay. Alright, who is not on the 40-man right now? Still 3 cuts to go. Anthony Lester is going to be sent down. Ditto for Dusty Gomon. Keep Victorino, of course. Myral has not exactly acquitted himself. Pennington heads down. Slack has done okay. Rabe has not. Neither has Gonzalez. Chen has. Okay, so of the... We're still waiting for the outfield situation to get sorted. Keeping in mind that Victorino is meant as an outfielder too. Are we starting the season at home or on the road? At home against the Diamondbacks. Yes, we get to raise a banner. Pelfrey out with a strained triceps. Oh, bother. Well, we have Bauer for just such an occasion. It's a shame we didn't keep William Juarez. We also have Cesar Carrillo, who could be joining the big club soon. So let's stretch out Bauer and see if he can't hold his own in the rotation. I think it's going to be Joe Little who gets sent down to the minors. And the last cut of the bullpen is going to be Mowgli. But he's going to be like the last cut. Credit to Campillo. He's had a good spring training. Ditto for Stasio. And that means Cesar Carrillo will be joining the team on the 40-man roster. All right, Jorge Vazquez has been slugging the ball. Victorino's team captain, he's not going anywhere. Borges has been bad. So down to the minors he goes. Upton's been good. Myro hasn't. And Vasquez can play corner out infield as well, so that's why he's staying with the club, even though he's ostensibly a third catcher. All right. I think it's going to be Roman Gonzalez who we send down. Oh, and Rabe too. Oof. All right, we'll return him to Texas. So Roman heads down. Good to see Drew's been figuring out second base quite nicely. Let's get to our last day and make our final cuts. All right, last pitcher gone is Little. Credit where credit is due. Carrillo came up, pitched really well out of the bullpen. Will compete for a starting job. We're still 12th in the league in payroll. Lol. All right, we got to keep Vasquez because he had a fantastic spring training. Victorino's going to stay with the club no matter what. So let's just move him into the outfield just to be safe. So then Chen, Rabe, Slack. All right, looks like Rabe hung on. And will be our choice. Oh, we have one too many guys. No. I think it may have to be Melvin Upton Jr. who heads down. Still got 2 option years left. And we got Kaz Matsui and Vasquez who can be additional backup infielders. Ditto for Victorino. We really are going to roll 3 catchers. At least for now. Good thing we didn't sign Kim out 5 months. All right, once this calculation finishes, we should be just about finished for the stream session. We're going to go check out the pop-up draft, and then we're going to be raiding into Dr. Dynastic's bonus stream. 200 packs on the line with the doc. Going to be an excellent time. That's got to be an issue. Ed Walsh did not retire in 2022. At least reach the playoffs? I think we can make that work. Oh geez, our minor league system is now 21st. We're going in the wrong direction. Pelfrey with a stuff and a movement drop. That's less than ideal. And the best part is we get to feast on a lefty in Game 1. Noah Lowry. Ah, I see the Diamondbacks have switched to their newest jerseys. No more purple battle. Is that Charlie Martin? It is! Still can't believe we traded for this guy at such a ridiculous contract. Well, is what it is. I think we got a playoff team. If we can't win with defense, we'll just pummel them into a fine silt. All right, looks like I think I survived round 1. We're going to take a quick look at the round 2 matchups and then do our raid in. Wait a minute, someone actually got a perfect game out of R.A. Dickey in our tournament? That is impressive as heck. Yep, we got past the Mossflower Long Patrol in 7 games. Tom's River Barons swept their series and is now taken on our club. Let's see who else is still in the tournament. Ezra advances past round 1. The Wichita Eagles are next in the possible bounties. Let's see here. Hey! Dishnet made it on. The Caper Jays are next in the bounty. So it looks like I do have some bounties to figure out and award. Look for that message in the chat with Mr. or Dr. Dynastic, not Mr. Dynastic, Doctor. So Anaheim Bottle Logics, I gotta see this. Oh, right, it was a first round bye. That's how Dickey pitched a perfect game. Well then, let's go right into Dr. Dynastic. The raid phrase, as always, is Rocky Raid. You'll see me tomorrow in about 23 hours' time with the Saturday Seafarers and the 2032 JPBO postseason. Time is precious, folks, and I'm grateful that you've chosen to spend some of yours with me today. To my fellow Canadians, have a great Family Day long weekend. Firage, take us out, my man. See you Wednesday.